Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to Season 9, Episode 10 of The Impossible Dream with Bala Town. And today we go on full league action. We're playing Caernarfon and Ruthin in the Welsh Premier League. But before we get to that, there's actually quite a bit to catch you up on today. Now, first up, regarding the Rima Miles contract situation where he is up at the end of the season and unwilling to negotiate. And you can see there's a number of clubs that are getting attention. Look at that, Milan and Napoli as well. Gary Turpie in the comments had quite a good brainwave of, not something I hadn't thought of getting the director of football to negotiate the contract renewal. And this is basically what happens, is that he's unhappy. So it doesn't matter if it's with us or with the club negotiating the contract. He doesn't want to stay. The problem we're going to run into is that it's not that he doesn't want to stay, it's that I promised that I wouldn't sell him. There's 37 days left, but we're about to run into the January window, which means, of course, teams will be able to poach him. So, yeah, that's frustrating. It's frustrating, but it is what it is. It's not the end of the world because he is second choice at this point in any case. But yeah, obviously it's still disappointing. Now, one thing we do have to catch you up on before anything else is the Europa League draw. We have our first knockout round opponents. Let's go see how that draw played out. Okay, so let's see what we get in this Europa League first knockout round draw. I'm not sure if we're seeded or not. We are seeded with 16 teams left in the draw. So no, because no, you know what it is, isn't it? It's the teams that come second in the group, I think. Go into the first knockout round, and I think if you win the group, you go straight into the second knockout round, don't you? So we're not technically seeded in this, so we could draw anybody. Let's have a look at the teams then. So it's Monaco, which we do not want. It's Moscow, it's Hertha Berlin, it's Krasnodar, it's Marseille, it's Anderlecht, it's Valencia, Atletico Madrid, Besiktas, Fiorentina, Hibs, who we would love to get, Liverpool, Sporting, not Sporting at all, it's Real Sociedad, it's Schalke, and it's Young Boys. So with a few notable exceptions, there is no real good team here, is there? Let's go and see who we get. We don't want Liverpool, Marseille, we don't get Atletico Madrid, so that's a positive. Hibs, we would love Hibs, please, game. Oh, we've got Hibs! Oh, that's amazing. Finally, a little bit of luck in a European draw. We've got Hibs. We're away from home in the first leg. Watch them come out and beat us now. We have signed a few Hibs players as well over the years. Certainly Cheney is definitely a Hibs player. So, yeah, that is such a good draw for us. It is the best draw we could have got, really, isn't it? So that's absolutely incredible. We will be playing Hibernian in the Europa League first knockout round. You've got to say we have every chance of getting through that. So that's really good, isn't it? We've got to be, as I said, every chance of getting through that tie. But the other thing to catch you up on here is we do have our youth intake preview. And to be honest, I'm still disappointed by what we're doing despite having really good coaching and facilities and all that kind of stuff. Have a look here. There are a number of new fullbacks. Notice they say a number and not good ones. We have a forward who could be considered a fine prospect. And he's a good young Welsh striker from Gwynedd who has caught the eye. Otherwise, we can see down the bottom there, this is a mediocre group of players coming through. So that's really, really disappointing. Let's hope that the striker is an absolute world-class star and maybe we get away with it. But I think the problem we have is that the quality of player that we're looking for isn't necessarily the quality of player that a Welsh system's going to produce. But, you know, I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is. Let's go and have a quick look now at what's happened since last episode. We've got some games in the league to catch you up on, starting with the game against FM20. David Grehan gave us an early lead before Damien Ormark put us 2-0 up inside 10 minutes. FM20 went down to 10 men, but still managed to pull a goal back before half-time. But Grehan secured the points with his second of the game. So there we go. We just did enough, really. We weren't particularly good. They went down to 10 men. Grehan with a double. Ormark with his customary one goal at least. Yeah, I mean, it looks... I think the match stats and maybe the player ratings look a lot better than the game felt. It definitely felt like we were just going through the motions and we won because we just, we won because we have better players rather than playing the better football. The next game to catch you up on was another league game against Clonelly Town. Ryan Burke crossed for Ronnie Follerin to open the scoring with his first Bala goal. But Clonelly pegged us back before half-time. Ormark missed a penalty, but Burke was in hand to restore our lead. before Rene Felge secured the points late on. So another 3-1, and again, we were really poor in this one. Allmark missed a penalty. We had to actually sub him off. He was that poor. Follerin, Burke and Felge with the goals. Yeah, again, I think the match stats do us a massive, massive favour. I don't think we were that good. But again, we got the result because we just have the better players. Next up, it was Aberystwyth Town. Ian Chaney gave us the lead. But Aberystwyth pegged us back immediately. Before Simon Tate secured an unconvincing win. Again, a game that really the match stats do us a disservice. We struggled again in this one. You can see I actually rested Allmark for this one. He was just, I think, needed a rest. Yeah, it was Chaney and Tate's penalty with the goals. But yeah, again, we got the job done, but I don't think we were particularly good. All right, the final game to catch you up on was we have sort of a Ruthin Fest coming up in the next few weeks, but our first game against them in the league. We took an early lead when Sean Davies teed up Allmark. And Davies doubled our lead with a goal of his own. Before Ewan Dixon found Allmark at the near post to make it 3 at the break. And Allmark completed his hat-trick early in the second half. So this was much, much better. I think a lot of the players needed that rest against Aberystwyth. Allmark got back to form with a hat-trick. Sean Davies was quite good. He got himself a goal. And on this occasion, the match stats didn't tell a lie. We dominated the game. We played quite well. And it was a really, really much, much improved performance. You can see we gave 2 youngsters a game off the bench as well. Johnny Love, who is just got such a good name. And Daniel Owens, who is coming along nicely for us as well as one of the youngsters coming through the academy. A quick update of what that all means for the league table, and we can see there it's done. I mean, we're what, 15 points clear with a game in hand. The real interest was for second, but it looks like the New Saints have got their act together and they're going to sort of, it's going to be as you were kind of thing in the league. We can see all the other cup draws there. We've got Ruthin in the Welsh Cup, Ruthin in the League Cup. We've got Ruthin today as well in another league game. So like I say, it's very much Ruthin Fest. And an update on the Allmark situation. He has 29 goals, you can see, from 19 games. He has just fallen ever so slightly off the pace of what he needs to get to the was it 48 goals. I think he needs a goal and a half a game, so he'd need to, after 19 games, be sitting at around about 30, 31, wouldn't he? Maybe a little bit more, and he's just off that pace. But let's hope he comes home strong and can go and get that record. All right, let's go and have a look at what we're doing in the first game here. We're up against Caernarfon. You can see we are the favourites as we'd expect to be. We're in excellent form. They're in inconsistent form. They're sitting there just in the top half of the split with this. This is, of course, a game in hand for both clubs. We're up against Todorov, who's a really good manager at this level. He was the man that took Ruthin up in the first place. They're a balanced balanced passing playing style. We can see here they do tend to go through the middle. A few ex-players of ours, Buckland and Lawrence Thomas, are in their lineup, so we'll probably see them again today. We can see here how they played in their defeat to Bangor City. Narrow, compact, and just generally hopefully not as good as us. This is a team we're sending out. It is Teniskovic in goal. It's Norrington Davies. It's KDH. It's O'Halloran and Cameron as the back four. It's York and Murphy in midfield. It's Grehan. It's Dixon. And it's Vukovic. And it is Damien Allmark up top. You know what we're going to do, actually? We're going to play Ap Gareth. I know you all want to see him. So Grehan, take a bench, mate. It's going to be Ap Gareth. So there we go. They're lining up a little bit different to expected, but it is Buckland and Thomas, still two of our ex-players that are in their lineup. Let's see what we want to say here. Just go out there and win, boys. Go out there and win. Give Allmark the ball. Let him score some goals, and let's just get the job done here. Now, of course, January transfer window is about to open, but all through December, we were fielding a lot of bids from MLS for our players. Mostly Sam York, Kieran Topley, and what's his face? McVeigh. We actually had a bid for Kieran Topley that was accepted by the board. It was about £3 million, I think. And I protested it and they rejected it. It wasn't quite 3 million, I think it was 2.8, which is good money for Kieran Topley, but given that we're sort of still in Europe, I really didn't want to lose him. Here we go with Ap Gareth. He squares it back for Dixon. It's headed away. Norrington Davies, can he find a pass here? Sam York has it. We're 15 minutes in, and this is the first highlight. York, it's a decent pass for Ap Gareth. Can he pull it back? He keeps it in, and does get it in. Oh, what a miss that is. Damien Allmark, usually so good in those positions. But on this occasion, couldn't quite find the back of the net. Norrington Davies with a corner. Allmark's there, and Allmark's getting closer. But still not quite on target. We're dominating this game. Here we go with Ryan Murphy over a free kick. Now, of course, he is going to miss the first game against Hibs, but he is an ex-Hibs player. That's where we signed him from. Murphy. Oh, Ryan Murphy. A fifth of the season for him. And, well, the goalkeeper will want that back, won't he? But there we go. We'll tell him to concentrate. We need to get Allmark at least 2 goals to make sure he stays on track for the record. If he needs to average, obviously, a goal and a half a game. If he's getting 2... that will mean that he's staying on track. If he gets 1, obviously, he's falling behind the pace. And he's already a little bit behind. But that's mostly down to the fact he had a bad game, and then I had to rest him for a game. So we got sort of 2 games with no goals there. Here we go with Vukovic getting forward. Is he going to go himself? He is. Give it to Allmark, mate. He's still there. It's a penalty. Allmark will take that. Well done, Vukovic. That's a team player right there. Now, Allmark's missed a few penalties. A lesser man would have just tucked away the rebound, but Vukovic went down for the penalty to give Allmark a chance, and Allmark has missed it. Oh, he was doing okay from the spot, and suddenly he's missing him for fun. He's playing a 6-2, so hopefully he's going to find his form again. Otherwise, he just might start and fall way too far off the pace of this goal scoring record. When he's on his day, he's brilliant. Here we go, Dixon. Can he find him? He can. Allmark. In the back of the net, mate. Back of the net. Have another go. Oh, he's had 3 chances at it. He had a whiff in there as well. And you just wonder if it's not his playing a 6.0. Come on, Allmark. Header away off the line there. And there we go. We've dominated that game. We will tell them don't get complacent. I'm gonna take a risk here. I'm gonna scream at Allmark and say I'm not happy. We've demotivated him, so that didn't quite go to plan. But let's see if we get some sort of reaction out of him. Even if he is demotivated. Hopefully we will. Hopefully we will. Otherwise, we do have Felge on the bench who we can look to bring on. We've got a corner here. Norrington Davies. It's in the mixer. It's bouncing around. York's there. It's hacked clear into touch. And Allmark is now playing a 5.9. And we'll tell him to calm down. And at what point do we call this on Allmark? That's got to be the question, doesn't it? Felge, you might need to warm up here, mate. Liam Jones has picked himself up a booking. Can we get the ball onto Allmark's head so not even he can miss it? Ball in. There it is. Allmark's there, and Allmark does get himself a goal. The 39th of the season. There we go. All right, if he gets another one now, and suddenly he's back on course. If you'd put your penalty away, mate, you'd have your 2 goals and you'd be flying. Good ball in. Allmark, good finish. He did his best to hit it over the bar, didn't he? But he did manage to get it just under the post, under the bar, I should say, and that's much more like it. All right, it's a game we've dominated. We're 2-0 up now. We'll give him some praise when we can. Dixon's looking a little bit tired in there. Let's get Johnny Love on for him. See what he can do. Just as an attacking midfielder for me, please, mate. And Vukovic not having the best game on the left, but we'll leave him out there and see if he can pick things up for us. I'm wondering if maybe exploiting the flanks isn't quite working out for us in this one. We'll give him another praise, but it looks as though Allmark is going to fall another goal back of his of the pace required. Here we go with Cameron. Can he get a cross in? Vukovic. It's for a second then I thought maybe we were going to get a rebound fall to Allmark. Kick it into his face. Get in front of him, Allmark. Not quite. And the ball goes forward. And let's see if we can get something going here. Can we win this ball back? Lumped forward. We should win that. Flicked on. O'Halloran's there. York. And we bring it forward. Norrington Davies early. There it is with Allmark. Go on, Allmark. Stick it away, son. He has not stuck it away. And cleared again into touch for the throw-in. Oh, Damien, mate. Come on. And there we go. The missed penalty has cost him his 2 goals in this one. An average performance, wasn't it? It was average. Don't get complacent, boys. So there we go, Bala Town hammer Caernarfon, despite being, you'd say, well behind our best. Good performance from Ryan Murphy. He owes us that after his red card. It's going to mean he misses a game in Europe, doesn't he? Brentford boss is looking at two of our central defenders. I'm getting to the point where I'm wondering, he's got a lot of potential to come though. He was so disappointing, wasn't he, O'Halloran in Europe this year, but he's still a young man, so we'll give him a chance. All right, guys, wait right there. We'll be back for Ruthin in the league, and we're going to have a couple of new Germans in the club because it's going to be New Year's Day and the window will be open. We have breaking news out of Bala Town this evening as the club announced the signing of two promising young Germans. For more on this story, we cross live to Charles Hogan, and Charles, Aussie Villain has had to wait, but he finally has his men. Yeah, thanks, mate. It has taken a little bit of time to get these two across the line, but Bala have officially announced the signing to the two 18-year-olds. Right winger Jan Avermand joins for $500,000 from Bayern Munich. While striker Heinz Mackmeyer, he is signed for a mere £1,700 from Stuttgart. Now, Aussie Villain is said to be very keen to see his new players in action, and they're both expected to start today's game against Ruthin Town. Okay, welcome back. We have a lot to catch you up on, but we have finally got our two young Germans at the club now. They're 18. First up, it's Jan Avermand, £500,000 from Bayern Munich. The fans give him a B- signing. I'm hoping he'll be better than that for us. Of course, we signed him before we lost Callum Connolly, but he's decent physically, maybe not the strongest, but a good dribbler, good teamwork as well. I'm hoping he'll develop into a nice player for us, and worst case scenario, maybe we have to sell him on at a profit. But yeah, he hasn't actually played for Bayern Munich's first team, just in the Bundesliga 3. So yeah, hopefully he will be a useful player for us. And the other signing, of course, is Heinz Mackmeyer. Now, I signed this guy when he was 15. So finally, we've got him across the line. I think he's going to be quite useful for us. He's a good young player. Again, you can see physically he's quite decent. Mentally, he's quite good. And this is for an 18-year-old. And technically, again, he's not too bad. And as I said, we signed him for £1,700. An absolute snip. So we can't lose. He's on £800 a week, and absolute worst case scenario, we'll sell him on and make a massive profit. He's unambitious, so we'll hopefully get him into some mentoring and change that around for us. But yeah, generally speaking, I think we've got two really good players there. Now, as I said, a lot to catch you up on. First of all here, it is Welsh Player of the Year time, and none other than Damien Allmark has won at 37 games, 57 goals, and 2 assists, of course, not to forget the assists. But look at this, it's becoming a dynasty. 2 years in a row now for Allmark. He is, of course, the new Gareth Bale. But yeah, that is really well done to him. And another thing to catch you up on, now I did show you last episode our head of youth development. Well, we've replaced him. And we've replaced him with, I think, a very big upgrade, Ben Owen. And look at this. Hopefully, with this guy in charge, we will now see some much more better, but some better prospects coming through. You can see he's a better judge of ability. He's just an all-round general upgrade. So hopefully, as I said, we'll see good things from him. And from moving forward from next year on, our youth intakes will be all the better for it. All right, so that is everything caught up on. Let's have a look at what we're doing here against Ruthin Town. We are the favourites for this one. We are in excellent form. They are in fair form. They are a Dominic Samuel coached team. He's been in charge for over a year. I don't recognise the name. Decent enough manager, though. Only 33 years old, so chances are this is his first job in management. An attacking direct style of play. You can see here we beat them 4-0 in their last game, and this is exactly how we played. As a fly lands on my head. Where's the fly come from? Unbelievable. That's going to annoy me, isn't it? You can see they do like to attack through the middle. We can see they're very narrow passing network and key passes there. And this is the team we're sending out. Now, we are having a look at the new boys. We're changing up the lineup a little bit. And it's a little bit of a just fit in who we want to play kind of thing. So hopefully we'll get a decent performance. Tennis Covey just picked up a small knock. So Rima Miles goes in goal in this one. It's Norrington Davies, it's KDH, it's Gosney coming in, and Cameron as the back four. Brewerton goes in midfield along with Tommy Williamson. We're going to try him in a little bit of a deeper role to make sure he gets some game time. We're going to go with Averman and with Vukovic, whose recent form has been poor. I really want to try and get him backfiring before we head back to Europe. It's going to be Mackmeyer and Allmark up top. Let's go. So here we go, our two debutants in the lineup. They're playing with a 4-4-2, which is a bit of a change. You'll notice squad numbers 46 for Averman, 10 for Mackmeyer. Averman really drew the short straw on the squad numbers there, didn't he? But we just happened to have number 10 available, so Mackmeyer gets that one. Pick up where they left off. I don't know what to say to him here. I don't want to say fully expect to win because that tends to not go well. The fans go out there, carry straight on. We left off last game. Play your game and you'll win. Let's try that. We've hopefully going to get a response to that. Hopefully we're not putting too much pressure on them. And out we go. Now, obviously, the transfer window is now opened. So I don't know if we'll do too much. Any thoughts? I should say too that there is a Discord that I've started for the channel. Oh, and Olmark straight away, 40 odd seconds into the game, has himself a goal. And that's number 40 for the season now for him. And he just continues to go on his goal-scoring ways. Another good header from a corner. And there we go. Yeah, Discord. There is a link down in the description. I know I figured out, thanks to the people who's flagged it up for me, that the link I had previously had expired. I figured out how to get a permanent link now. So that's there if you haven't already joined the Discord. And I forget what I was going to say. Ball forward there. Are we going to see Mackmeyer? I know what I was going to say here. Averman's going to pick it up. It's there for Tommy Williamson in, of course, his deeper role. Brewerton. Ball looking forward there for Mackmeyer. Oh, Heinz Mackmeyer. 13 minutes into his debut has delivered us an opening goal of his tally. And Averman had his role to play in that as well, didn't he? Williamson, though, for Brewerton. Brewerton picked out the run to perfection. And Mackmeyer have some of that. Is that his first touch for Bala Town, just whacking it in the back of the net? Let's hope so, because that's a nice story, isn't it? But 13 minutes in, I'd like to think he's touched the ball before that. Yeah, with the transfer window being opened, my plan, as ever, is we will look for bargains. If there's players sort of transfer listed, we'll try and see what we can do. Here we go with Mackmeyer. Now, Mackmeyer, we pass to Allmark where we can. Have some of that, though. That is absolutely comprehensive from Heinz Mackmeyer. He looks a good one already, doesn't he? 3-0, 20 minutes in, and we just need to teach him to pass to Allmark, because if he's going to be playing and scoring like this, Allmark may struggle to get the goals, but look at that, the goalkeeper didn't even see it go past him. Heinz Mackmeyer, a star is born, 2 goals on debut, wonderful, wonderful stuff. Yeah, so I think the plan is maybe we'll try and clear out, as we always seem to do, but I don't always succeed, we'll try and clear out some of the deadwood. We'll look for bargains. Any players that's contracts coming up at the end of the year, we'll try and snag on a free. Here we go with Allmark. Back for Vukovic. For Mackmeyer. Oh, and the goalkeeper, with the help of the crossbar, has kept that out. Mackmeyer is in danger of overshadowing Allmark if this keeps up, isn't he? Shepherd with the goal kick. We should be able to get to that if we're aggressive. Brewerton, he wins the header, but just down to the Ruthin midfielder. And here they come forward. What can we do here? Can we win this ball back, please? Boys, Averman's done okay there. He's held him up, but they get forward. It's, a decent header. KDH maybe just did enough there to put him off. And is that going to get us to half-time? It looks as though it is. And that is a very, very good first-half performance. Welcome to Bala Town, Mackmeyer. And we will say, I think, do we just say a pleased, I think? Everybody's looking complacent, which isn't ideal. We'll give it a demand more to start the second half and see where that takes us. There's no real need to sub anybody here. The players that are playing are doing so because they're fresh. So there's no need to make changes on that sense. Can we go and get maybe a second goal for Allmark, a third or fourth goal, I should say, of the game for us. And we've got a throw here for Ruthin. Can we? There we go. Williamson for Averman. Mackmeyer. Give it to Allmark. He's got it forward for Tommy Williamson. He goes to Brewerton. Brewerton, you've got to square it to Allmark, mate. Square it. He goes himself. Selfish, mate. Give it to Allmark. And is that the highlight? Yes, it is. All right, what do we do here? We've got about 15 minutes to play with stoppage time. Cameron throws it into Mackmeyer. Back to Cameron. Cross comes in. It's in towards Allmark. Right idea. Norrington Davies cross is blocked. Is he going to get to that? No, he's not. And can we win this ball back? We're just luring them in, ready to pounce with Allmark. Here he is. Speaking of the devil, there he is. Damien Allmark. Oh, mate. Go. Oh, unselfish. Mackmeyer gets a hat-trick. But Damien Allmark, and what a gentleman he is, setting up his new strike partner, and that is really, really good play. But Allmark, go yourself, mate. We want you to get this record, not Mackmeyer. He's done well there, hasn't he? A loose back pass, he pounces like a cat. Mackmeyer's done well to get up there quickly and stuck that away with aplomb. And it's 4-0 to Bala Town, and a hat-trick for Mackmeyer on debut. He's looking a decent signing already, isn't he? Here we go. Rima Miles with a goal kick. Hopefully it's not the last time we see him in a Bala shirt. My plan is not necessarily to sell him. We might lose him for free, but unless a massive bid comes in. Here we go with Averman getting forward. Can he get himself a debut goal? Of course he can. Jan Averman, our other German. And Allmark's at it again. He's getting the assists today. And I don't know where that's coming from. He's got 2 assists all in the calendar year. And apparently, what year are we in now? Is it 2029 or 2030? It is Damien Allmark's year of the assist. It's a stunning pass, isn't it? And Averman's there and just tucks it away beautifully. 5-0. Allmark with a goal and 2 assists. And now if he can go and get himself another goal, that would be wonderful, please. Come on. It's good to see him playing well, though, isn't it? That's important. But it doesn't look as though there is going to be a second goal in the game for Allmark. So he drops a little bit further back of that record. But it's Hans Mackmeyer's day, isn't it? A hat-trick on debut. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Well done, boys. Don't get that go to your heads, but that was a really good game. And it's good to see the new boys coming in and making an instant impact as well, doesn't it? Look like they've been there all their lives. Jones must be one of our youngsters that's gone off to Ruthin. So good luck to him in his future endeavours. He's actually had a decent season for him. So it's good to see that, our youngsters, when they leave, are able to go and make a mark in the league. But there we go. Fans hail tactical genius. I don't know about that. I just wanted to play 2 strikers because, I had a new toy that I wanted to use. And there we go. Mackmeyer, brilliant on debut. And we are looking at Vukovic, who wants to be signed and go off to, I'm assuming that's Spain. But he's not going anywhere because he's ours. Guys, that's it for today. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Don't forget, let me know what you think of the new signings. And we'll be back next time for... is it Europa League action? I think it might be. Unless if we win this Welsh League Cup semi-final, which based off of that performance you'd say we would do. We've beaten them 9-0 in the last week. If it's a cup final, they'll come back for that. Otherwise, we'll come back for Hibs and one other game, whatever the game is before that. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go and join the Discord, and I'll see you next time. Take care.